What's up? What's up? What's up, man? It's your boy Byron. And today, listen, if you've been on the fence about mobile home investing because you like, listen, I do not want to make no mistakes, you definitely want to tap into this live. We are talking about all of the mistakes that you can possibly make, and I want to help you avoid losing money, and I want to help you to come into this game and do the right thing. So, with that being said, man, y'all already know. Let me hear my theme music. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Yes. We back. Another live. Y'all know, man, we made the second one last week. I was under the weather, so I wasn't able to do two, but I got y'all covered, man. I'm excited. Do me a favor, man. If y'all can, make sure y'all go ahead and y'all subscribe to the channel, man. And let me know where you checking in from, right? Drop in the chat where you checking in from. Checking in from Tampa right now. Hailing from Chicago, but now I'm a Floridian. It's official, right? But today we're talking about protect your investment, and we're going over the steps or the tips to help you avoid disasters. All right. So you definitely want to tap in, but do me a favor, drop in the comments where you're checking in from. We got a great live for you. We're going to hang out maybe about like anywhere from about 35, 40 minutes. And so you definitely want to tap in, and we're going to go over the mistakes. So share this live with somebody as well, man. Truly appreciate it. And man, make sure you follow us on Instagram as well. I normally do lives, but I want to focus on just on the YouTube, Facebook, so then that way these lives, you all can see these lives. And again, I truly appreciate y'all, man. So again, listen, y'all, we are talking about how to protect your investment. Let's see who we got checking in. We got, hey, what's going on? We got California, Texas mobile home lead investors. Okay. Mississippi in the house. Okay. What's up? The sip? Hey, my family. What up, George? Shottown in the house. Okay, man. I love it, man. I love it. Man, super excited again to be back. Y'all already know, man. Y'all come, we know we're gonna drop them bombs. We own here, man. This is what we do. And again, for you all who don't know, my name is Byron Sellers, y'all. I am the co-founder, all right, of Mobile Home Lead Investors. My queen Charnice is my other founder. We started Mobile Home Lead Investor about 7 years ago, and we specialize in all things manufactured homes. And we help people get into this game and learn not only how to make money, but to help people get affordable housing. So we specialize in all things mobile homes, literally flip hundreds of mobile homes, wholesale mobile homes. I'm invested in mobile home communities. So that's why I want to come here and share my expertise with you. So then that way you don't make the mistakes that we made early on, right? And you're able to accelerate your path for mobile homes. So again, I'm excited, y'all, to be back with y'all. Y'all already know, man. So we're going to go ahead and get into it, y'all. No more fluff. Hey, Larry, what's going on? All right. So let's talk about, right, again, how to protect your asset. And one of the first things, I think the most important thing when we talk about mobile home investing. So if you're brand new to this, what is mobile home investing? This is when we find mobile homes, trailers, right? People may call them trailers, single wides, double wides. We find them at low costs, right? Where there's people, a lot of times people may not know the value of them. We're able to take these, we're able to fix and flip them. We're able to either turn them to rentals, or we're even able to wholesale them. But this is when we're able to find assets and bring a value and make profits from it, right? So one key thing I think when people jump into this is the due diligence. And what is due diligence? Due diligence is when you are going out, okay, and you are doing research to make sure that whatever someone is selling the property for, right, whatever the price is, you're making sure you're doing your homework to make sure everything checks off. So then that way, when you choose to pay them, right, it adds, right, adds up, right. They're pretty much saying like this is what it is, right. This is what I'm listed, and this is the correct, and that's what you're really trying to have done. So again, man, listen, like you definitely want to do your proper due diligence. And so one of the things that I see, and I've done this in the past, I'm guilty. guilty, right? And it's cost me money. It cost me money was I did not do an inspection. I did not do an inspection. Skipping an inspection. This can cost you money. A lot of times we want to move fast. We don't like, okay, well, what can I get an inspector from? Listen, there's inspectors out here. There's a lot of mobile home services that do inspections. Mobile home inspection shouldn't cost you no more than $140 on the high end, maybe two something. But it's someone to basically go through, make sure you don't have no underlying mold, to get under the house, to make sure the plumbing is good, to see things that you can't see. Because when we first started going in, right, me and my wife, we go into houses, we didn't know any better. And here's the thing: when you come from single family homes, and like us, like I went through a few properties, but I didn't know what to look for, right? I just watched HGTV, right? So I didn't really know, right? How many of y'all like me used to watch HGTV and you like, you know what, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I need. And hey, Brittany, I'm gonna get to that question at the end. I make sure you stay on. I definitely help with questions. And again, we to us, we like, oh, this ain't nothing because this is smaller. Like, we can definitely, fix this up. Like, we can definitely get out here and do something with it. We looking at like a single family home, but not knowing in the mobile home world, we was going to some dumps. We're not seeing the underlying. We going to houses and you can see daylight through the floor, through the roof and the floor. For our first home, no, absolutely no. Right? We didn't have a team. We thought we had the resources, right? We like, oh yeah, we knew people who fix houses or fix homes, but they weren't equipped to handle a full gut. When I'm talking about a full gut mobile home, they were not equipped to handle that, right? And so again, you might as well pay the extra money so then that way okay, this is in the long run, this is what it can possibly cost me. If I know everything up front, because here's the thing: if you get in, here's for anybody that is willing to buy a mobile home and don't want to fix it up, and you're willing to sell it to an investor, what you're able to do is already have everything that's on a checklist for that investor. So now, as an investor, I know what I'm getting into. Right. So again, if you come to me and say, hey, listen, I paid for an inspection, it needs this, the roof needs some work, the plumbing needs some work. He found some electrical issues, this and this. Now I can go in and now I can potentially know, okay, this is how much it's going to cost me, right? And it's a better selling point if you find an investor who's going to buy it, because now you can even go get quotes on it. I'm telling you, go above and beyond, go get quotes on it. So now they know what to look for, and then they can see whether it's a good investment for them. So that's one of the things when it comes to it. All right. Here's another thing that, again, I wish I knew at the beginning when I first started: title search, neglecting a title search. For a long time, I ain't never do this. I was just making sure I took their word, right, that they had the title. Here's one of the things. For me, I always was just like, either you had it or you didn't. And if you didn't have it, I was gonna figure it out. Right now, I wish I had the knock on wood sound on my soundboard, but I don't. Um, I haven't run into a huge issue with the title, but here's the thing. I'm gonna give y'all a story. I received a mobile home from a mobile home park, right? I received a mobile home from a mobile home park. And since they did an eviction, right? They did an eviction, and they gave me a letter that said that pretty much like, hey, this home does not come with a title, right? And so they gave me that letter. So if I wanted to go apply for a lost and stolen title, right, I could show, hey, the document in the mobile home park sold me this home without a title, and they don't have the title. So I end up selling it, right, to a friend of mine. I think, and again, the mobile home park, I think they gave me the home for, I want to say that I think I probably got it for a lot rent. Pay like maybe like $600 for the home. I ended up selling to a friend for like $1,500. And so again, I knew it was a lot of room for growth on that home. I think that home at the end of the day, later on, I think they ended up selling the house for like $12,000, right? Well, what happened was when they listed the home, the person who got evicted contacted them on Facebook and was like, hey, that's not your home. That's my home. I got the title. Whoa, wait, what? And then try to shake them down like, so yeah, I'll give you the title, but I need 400. Wait, what? You know what I'm saying? And so again, if we had did a title search from the beginning, we could have avoided, we could have saw who was on title and we could have possibly approached them. Now, it ended up getting worked out, right? Basically, again, they had got evicted. They had never gave up their title to the park. And so the home had been sold to me. The home had been sold to them, bill of sale. So not to say his title wasn't going to hold up, but in the court of law, again, he had lost the home, right? When he signed the dotted line at the park for the lease of the park, unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, in that lease, it says that pretty much you jeopardize your home if you don't pay the lot rent. It's a cold game. It's a cold game, y'all. The cold game. Oh, I see we got the family checking in. What up? What up, Hezekiah, man? Shout out Hezekiah. Just posted one of his testimonies, man. Bro been dropping. He been sending me. He been going crazy at wholesale. He DM me every time he do a wholesale deal, man. He clocking, man. Shout out Hezekiah. And hey, what's up, Sam? Checking in from Arizona. I love it. I love it. All right. So again, neglecting title search, but I just wanted to give y'all that story because if we had did it from the beginning, right, I would have known who was on title. I would have knew how to handle it, and my friend wouldn't have to try to go through the shakedown. Eventually, I think even though I think she ended up giving him like $100. You know what I'm saying? And they ended up working it out. But again, he tried to shake it down because he saw it. All right. The next thing, okay, that we have is here's one thing is very key: ignoring neighborhood factors. If you go to the park, if you go and it tells you come outside and you see it just look horrible, right? Let's just see, like you're not researching the crime rates, right? You don't know what the vacancy rates is at the park. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of sometimes what happens like people want to buy mobile homes sight unseen, right? So well, I just want to invest. Like I got money. I saw this mobile home. I live in Texas, and I saw this mobile home in Tennessee. Should I get it? It's funny. My daughter's screaming. I feel like when I get on live, she love getting loud because I think she just want to be on camera too. I'm not sure if y'all heard it, but anyway. So you're not doing the research to know, like, okay, is this neighborhood? Should I even be investing in it? It's not the fact that it's a mobile home. For one, the neighborhood will tell you how much this is going to command. Because I'm just gonna be honest, like y'all hear about the terms trailer trash and all that kind of stuff like that. Like if let me say this, if it's just the hoodest of the hoodest mobile home park, right? It's gonna take that one buyer to buy it. Now it's not sometimes people have desperate situations. They need a place to live, and you may get traffic, but you may not get what you're commanding. And if that's what you do, and that's your niche, by any means, do your thing, right? But if that's not, and you don't know, it's just a mobile home, and I just want to buy a mobile home. No, you got to do your market research. You got to do your market research. So know the neighborhood facts, know what type of community it is. Here's the thing: those are selling points, right? Where's the school districts? What's in the town? Like if it's one, here's the thing. Let's say a mobile home park in the middle of nowhere, right? And they don't have any jobs, like they don't have stores. Just know you're not going to get that much traffic. All right. Just know you're not going to get that much traffic. So again, just do not ignore those factors. So when it comes to due diligence, those are three things I wanted to talk about. Now, the next thing, right, I want to talk about is the financial mistakes. The financial mistakes, right? The things that cost you money. Monies. All right. I don't have the cha-ching sound, but we know, right? So let's get right into that. All right. Overvaluation. Paying more for what that mobile home is worth. Sometimes we can jump the gun, right? You can be like, well, how do I find the value? Here's the thing. When it comes, remember this: you are an investor. You are an investor. You want to make a profit. So it's not the fact that, like, oh man, up the street, I know the single family homes, they like 200,000. They just put this mobile home on the market for $60,000. I want to buy that. But if they sell it for $60,000, how you gonna make a profit? Right. So you definitely want to do your due diligence, meaning how do we find that out? Well, we can contact if it's in a mobile home park, we can contact the park. Okay, listen, ask questions. How much are you used mobile home selling for? All right. How How much are your new mobile home selling for? How much are your renovated home selling for? Like you can check the mobile home parks in the area just to ask those questions. If it is a mobile home that's on its own private land, right? You can check comps. How much did any other mobile homes on private land sell over there? 3 bedroom, 2 bath, or 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 bed, one. Like you could definitely check the comps on those. Okay, but like so I've seen it before, right? And here's what you got to be careful for, right? Buying it from another investor who's trying to make a huge profit. I've seen it. And here's the thing, no knock to the investor. But to me, if I'm an investor, I always want to leave room for if okay, perfect example. If I find a issue and here's the thing, if it's not fully renovated, if it's not moving ready, if I did not do the renovation, the only way I should be buying a fully renovated mobile home from an investor is if I want to put a renter into that home and start making cash flow. Not if I'm trying to what I'm gonna try to flip this. It's a finished product that I'm just gonna try to flip for more. No, like you got like don't like that's one thing I always want you all to know, right? Like do your research and don't have an like emotional attachment to it. Like, oh, this is the first one. Like, I really want to, he said it's a good deal. Like, no, it's about the numbers. Do the numbers make sense? All right, do the numbers make sense? Okay. Now this one right here, bad loans. When we first started, we took out a high interest loan for $10,000 at a 24% interest rate. Highway robbery. Highway robbery. Now we were able to pay it back. I do not suggest that y'all do that. I know you want to get in the game. I would rather you wholesale than to be taking out bad loans or high interest rates just to get in the game. If that's what you want to do and you got a plan behind it, and you like, okay, again, if the numbers make sense, if it's high interest and the numbers make sense, where it's like, okay, you know what, we're still going to make 20,000, 50, an incredible number, then make sure that you crunch your numbers. All right. Make sure that you crunch your numbers. And yes, you can definitely do the 70% rule with mobile homes, right? Not a lot of investors do it, but you can definitely use the 70% rule. Okay. But you don't want to get into things like that, hidden fees, right? Like just because you want to get into this, because again, it's bad debt. It's bad debt. All right. So don't don't do bad loans. I know some of y'all heard our story, like, oh man, y'all took out a high interest loan and got started. We did. We took that huge risk, but I'm not encouraging you to do it. All right. Fix your credit first. Like that's what we could have waited and did. Fix your credit first before you do that. Okay. Then underestimating ongoing costs. This is what I see. This is one of the ones right here, right? This is one of them ones that I'm gonna go ahead and again, I gotta give y'all this. All right, I gotta give y'all this. There are costs. If you invest inside of a mobile home park, right? And you're doing a fix and flip each month, you're gonna have to pay lot rent for the time you're holding it. You're gonna have to pay utilities, right? Whether it be gas, electric, some you may even have to pay water, depending on where you at. Ongoing costs. Okay. You have to factor in those costs. If you're gonna be doing buying and hold, you're holding taxes, right? You're gonna have to pay taxes. And taxes aren't as high, but you have to factor in taxes. Okay. Also, potential repairs. Like lot rent is one of those things that a lot of people don't really think about when they're trying to sell a house, right? Whether it's fix and flip, like you're gonna have to pay each month the HOA fee in this community. So of course you want to sell as soon as possible. But let's say you are getting a month 4, month 5, month 6. I've seen people break because they're paying lot rent. And if you don't estimate, I always say 4 to 6 months to the side, whatever the lot rent is, if that's not in your budget, you don't want to do a fix and flip. That's not in your budget. You do not want to do a fix and flip. Okay. I see it happen so many times when investors even they'll have to like literally sell the home back to the mobile home community at a loss. At a loss. You know how that feel? Imagine how that feel. You happy, you excited. Month one, okay. Month two, okay. I upped a lot. Month three, oh, month four, I had to pay another 600. Oh, I'm out of money. What do I do? Man, I see it happen. I hate seeing it happen, but you gotta estimate. Darren, what's up, man? I appreciate you, bro. Right? I hate seeing it happen, y'all. So that's one of the things, man, you definitely have to basically be cognizant of. All right. Now, let's talk about managing mistakes. The mistakes that can still cost you money, but this is like under management that you definitely have to be aware of. Okay. I think this is very important. If you want to do a fix and flip, this right here, not tenant screening, I've seen it happen to the best of them. Listen, in this business, you're gonna hit sob stories. This is part of because we're in affordable housing, right? So when we're in affordable housing, we're dealing with lower income. Things happen in people's life, right? And yes, we're in a helping business. We are in a helping business, but you have a business. You have a business, and you have as a business owner, you have to make the best decisions to benefit your business because your business is feeding your family, is feeding you. So what happens is you'll get somebody up front. They'll be like, okay, listen, I'll pay you 4 months in advance. I'll pay you 3 months in advance. Or right, you didn't do a proper tenant screening. You didn't check with their previous landlord. You didn't do a credit check. You didn't do a background check. Right, going off their word because they showed you cash, and you like, okay, cool. You don't know. You didn't call their employer. You didn't do those things, and now you wonder why they stopped paying you in month three, month four. Or hey, they may even made it down the line. They may be in month seven, month eight, right? But I want to know how long you keep a job. Are you going job to job? Like what are we doing? Now, some situations we can't help, right? Life happens. We all know. We all been there, right? I've lost plenty of jobs. I've had a lot of. I have back in the day when I look back at it, I had the opportunities, but I had situations where I didn't know I was going to pay rent, right? How I was going to pay rent, or how I was going to hustle to get some money and things like that. I've been in those tight situations. Been in it plenty of times, right? From early 20s, I've been there, but I still made it happen, right? And so again, we can't control those things, but you want to put yourself in the best situation. One key thing I can tell you is if you're doing a credit check, I want to see make sure they got some credit. If they got good credit, you can probably have them apply for some credit cards. Because that way, if it goes bad, they got some credit cards that can pay that rent. All right. So again, you definitely want to screen your tenants. You want to know who am I getting in my properties? Very, very important. This next one, neglecting property maintenance. Now, if you doing buy and hold and you got tenants, don't be a slumlord. Like don't be that person that you want to do the bare minimum. And you know what I'm saying? Like people live in there. And you wonder why they call you. They always calling me something broke because you didn't do what you're supposed to do in the first place. No, no one make things are supposed to be maintenance. No one ain't supposed to change the air filter. No one ain't supposed to change the fire detect. I mean the smoke detectors, right? Know those things. Yeah, we gonna make it. My voice is gonna crack any moment, but we gonna make it. We gonna get through. We talk about flu game B here. We gonna get through this. All right. So man, but here's the thing: like you can't neglect property maintenance. All right, you can't do that. You can't do that. See, some of y'all might try to sell somebody something like this. I'm gonna show y'all. Some of y'all might be so. I hope not, but some of y'all may see this and be like, all right, look, you know what? I think I can turn this into a rental. I think I can turn that into a rental. Man, stop. Right? Some of y'all properties out here, some slum lords. Y'all better stop it. Stop it. Nah, man, don't neglect property management. I mean, maintenance. Do what you're supposed to do. Keep up. if it's your responsibility to keep up, and make sure your tenants keep up. Oh wow. She said my tenants actually steal the batteries from the smoke detectors. That's crazy. Anybody use anything for some remotes or whatever they got to do. That is crazy. That is crazy. Just started wholesaling. Hello. Hey, hey, what's up? What's up? Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. All right. But neglecting property maintenance, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Don't do it. Like be on top of your stuff. All right. Like, cause again, it's gonna cost you more money down the line. All right. This is the next thing, man. As new investors, being organized. This is just in general in your life, right? You got to be organized. So, for one, right, if you got multiple tenants, don't be writing it down, and keep have a invest in software, right? Invest in something, or if you're gonna keep a spreadsheet, like know when the day they moved in, the day they're supposed to move out. You have to know these things. Be organized. Like that's another thing. Like if you in the process, be organized. So like know what your paperwork is, know what titles is, like know what things are. Like become so organized. I see this a lot that helps that hurts people because they can't find stuff, can't find a contract because they just treating like it's nothing. Like you should have a file cabinet. Everything should be uploaded online, like what I'm saying, uploaded to a hard drive, whatever that may look like. But you need to be organized in this. And if you're not organized, trust me, it is bad for business. I love it. Larry says, I do quarterly inspections, right? She do inspections, being organized, right? Very, very important. So you definitely want to be organized. And that can help you stay ahead of the game, right? Like, here's the thing, if you a perfect example, like you're not organized and let's say it's time to come, rent coming up. Like you could do rent increases, right? You could negotiate the rent. Like you may not even know because you're not even organized. They just paying month to month, and you just I'm just receiving payments when possibly get a little bit more, right? So again, be organized. I think that's very very important. All right, so the next thing we're gonna talk about is the legal stuff. All right, the legal stuff. This is something I think that a lot of y'all, yeah, like y'all need to hear this. All right. So let's talk about some of the things. Unclear contracts. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be real with y'all. We have sample contracts in our Facebook community and the courses and things like that. But I always tell y'all consult with an attorney. There's sample contracts because every state you're supposed to have a contract for each state that you do business in. So the reason why I say that is, God forbid, I ain't saying you getting sued or nothing like that, right? But I just did it in my society in my coaching group that I did yesterday. I just did on basically a class on how to show them on how to get contracts and how to what I'm saying, definitely use technology because there's AI. There's AI lawyers, or I guess not lawyers, but there's AI contract software that can draft you up stuff that's pretty good, right? There's things that you can use, but like make sure your contracts are clear. All right. Have a lawyer review the contracts. Have somebody take a look at it. So then that way like, okay, especially if you got a leasing agreement. Don't go download a leasing agreement or the one your friend gave you for a single family home. It may be totally different. You got to have everything in there for a manufactured home. So make sure y'all doing y'all paperwork right. Don't be cheap because that can cost you money down the line. Now, this next one is for if you doing mobile homes or if you're buying mobile home parks or you want to buy mobile homes on private land, zoning restrictions. You got to know the zoning restrict. You got to know what the zoning is, right? A lot of times, all that's public information, right? You can go to the city's website. You can find out. They a lot of times they have different maps, so you can find it where the zoning is, and they'll tell you what the land is. On the title, it'll tell you what it's zoned for, right? Sometimes people say, well, I'm going to buy some land and put a mobile home on it. Well, that land has to be zoned to be able to have a manufactured home on that, right? If it doesn't, you can't go put a mobile home on there. So that land has to be, so you have to know that. So that's a mistake I see people, especially when they're looking for, they knowing they got land or they want to get into that, or even a mobile home park owner, right? Like, they could buy a mobile, you could go acquire a mobile home park and be like, oh man, this is on 10 acres. I can put a whole bunch of new mobile homes on it. And then the city can be like, no, you can't. We ain't allowed no more mobile homes. What you got is what you got. That's so you definitely got to be ahead of that. And now this is very key to me. Ignoring landlord tenant laws. You need to know if you are in a landlord, if you're in a landlord friendly state or in a tenant friendly state. You live in New York, you in a tenant friendly state, right? Like for example, like now I know y'all been seeing the viral posts going around about squatters, about different things like that. Like tenants got rights. I'm from Chicago. In Chicago, you can't get evicted in the wintertime. You got to have a strong case to get evicted in the wintertime. So people know that and they know how to take advantage of the system and stop paying rent in the winter. Right. So they know they may not get put out to May or June. Right. So again, like you got to be aware of those things. I love it. M. Johnson said Georgia equals landlord. That's what's up. And so you need to know those things, right? Know the laws, right? Because here's the thing: if you have to do an eviction, you got to know how to apply. Like, okay, what do I start for eviction, right? Like, how do I properly do my eviction? What paperwork? Most likely, well, all evictions. I always want to tell people. Maybe we talk about contracts and things, but when it comes to paperwork, you need to give a 5-day notice, a 10-day notice. Like, you have to be You have to be showing that you're a doc. You can't just show up and like, you ain't pay me rent. No, you have to document those things. 5, 10, 15, 30-day. Like you have to be show documentation. Like, hey, I've been serving them these notices. And so now I have a clearer case for an eviction to get this person out of my property versus like, no, I've been texting them. No, I've been showing up. We've been talking on the phone. No, you gotta have documentation and you gotta know what type of state that you are in. Okay. So those are all the things I want to kind of go over just a few additional mistakes I see people make. And then after that, I'm gonna open up for questions. All right. So man, I think I can get my voice to about 40 minutes. We ain't right at the 32-minute mark. All right. So this is one of the key things I see people make the mistake of. Rushing the process. Did I say that? Rushing the process. This is a marathon and not a sprint. If you are in a situation, right, you like, man, I need money because sometimes I get it. Sometimes people come like, I gotta do a change. My job, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I hate my job. I need some money. Bills due. I gotta get some money. Mobile home investing is still a slow grind. It's not like you come in like it's not like trading options, stock options, right? In the market, I can put my money in now and make some money in time, right? Depending on whatever type of contract I'm in, right? Options, forex, that don't pretty much sleep. People can go in forex, but you have a larger. Anytime you want to make money quicker, you have a much larger risk, a much larger risk. So, mobile home investing, it's a lower risk, but it takes time. It takes time. There's a process, right? So, within the process, proper research, right? Prospecting. That's one of the first things. We're prospect. We're doing research and then we're prospecting. We're trying to find the deals, right? Then after we're prospect, if we identify a deal, after we prospect and find a deal, right? Now we're going to close this deal. Then once we close this deal, who knows, do we have to do a renovation? So that takes time. We have to market this mobile home, right? We have to market. We have to find buyers. Then once we find it, we have to properly screen. Then we close. Like there is a process. Yes, larger money is on the back end, but that's because of the time you're putting into it. So rushing the process, this ain't that. This ain't we make money tomorrow, right? Sometimes you guys hear like I started mobile home investing and I found a deal and I closed it in 10 days. Those are them like the lottery. Them the lottery tickets, right? Those are the people who hit the lottery in mobile home investing. But best believe that ain't happening in their next deal, right? The best thing to build up to that is creating systems and learning, and the more you learn, you do those things. So again, this next one, I'm not gonna single nobody out because I feel like this is ladies and men. having an emotional attachment, meaning that property that you've seen, that person you've been talking to, and you really want this property because it's right up your price. This person it's under 10,000, and you've been trying to you gotta you got approved, but now if they don't want to negotiate, they don't want to lose a dollar less. You got to be willing to be able to. It's business. It ain't personal. Do not take this stuff personal. Having emotional attachments, you got to be able to walk away. If it's a deal, it's gonna be a deal, or it's not gonna be a deal. Don't bend a break or bend your morals or you know what you set out to be because you're so emotional attached. Also, it's business. Somebody else's emotional state. Yes, we want to help people out, right? But are you able to never bend backwards if it can possibly affect you? Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm a firm believer. Again, you listen, I'm Almighty God. Well, listen, if you get the voice and it says help them, that intuition kick in, your Holy Spirit kick in, and it kick in and say help, then you know, I feel like God gonna give you he gonna give you the power to help. But if your gut is telling you nah, uh-uh, nah, go with your gut. Go with your gut. That intuition. That's the beautiful thing about God gave us. He said, mm-mm, mm-mm, right? So don't have that emotional attachment. Don't let it cloud your judgment. Like, just know, like, man, it's business. All right. And the last but not least, one of the biggest mistakes going at it alone. If you don't know what you're doing, that's why you continue showing up to these lives, continue watching the YouTube, continue, tapping in, continue just being involved, and then get the proper training that you need, right? Like I'll tell you people, listen, if you want to work with me, there's a QR code right there, right? You can go on the Mobile Home Elite Institute, you can apply, you want to work one-on-one with me, or if I put the QR code up right there, if you like, listen, I'm more self-paced, then scan the QR code. I got you covered, man. But listen, like you ain't got to do it alone. There's so many people in our community, the Facebook group. Every time I go in there, somebody got another house post. I think today I seen a house listed for in North Carolina for 6,500. I seen one listed for $8,000. I see houses I see deals all the time. And people are like, well, I don't be seeing the $5,000 less than 10. They there. My community be posted it. I'm pretty sure they be willing to negotiate, right? And that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure whoever will sell you, they'll ask questions, right? There are a lot of people that you can talk to, that can really help in this business. Find somebody that's experienced. Find somebody that you want to, that definitely can help you out. Like you don't have to do this alone, right? And here's the thing, if you leverage somebody's expertise, it helps you to avoid the mistakes. That's the reason why you get mentors, is to just avoid the mistakes, right? Yes, they're gonna tell you exactly step by step what to do, but it's to help avoid the mistakes that they made, the costly mistakes, y'all. So, y'all, that is all I had for to avoid the mobile home mistakes. I wanted to go ahead and do the Q&A. I saw some questions earlier, so let me get back to it. Brittany said, hey, I just got 3 properties under contract. I was wondering, do you offer the price to the buyer or do you wait until the buyer sees the property? And if he makes the offer then? I mean, I let the buyer know up front, like this is how much it is. And then again, if they want to come and negotiate, it's really up to you on um what you choose, um what you choose to do. But I'm always upfront, right? I'm always upfront, and this is my price. And again, the buyer, they can make you an offer. It's up to you to say yes or no, right? Like know what it is. Don't get greedy. If you can make a profit, profit is profit. But weigh your options out. All right, let's see. Let's see. Going back to the questions. Let's see. So I could have applied for a bonded title if the title was missing. Could you have applied for a bonded title if the title was missing? Here's the thing. I've never done that, and again, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Yeah, you can do that," because I've never had that situation, and I haven't coached anybody in that space, right? As far as a bonded title, so I'll just be 100 with you. I don't know if I could have or would have. Again, I would have did a different title search. I would have just did a title search. But that's a good question. That could be something I'm gonna look into. Awesome, awesome. Brittany, no problems. Any questions? Any questions that y'all may have? Again, take this time, leverage the questions. We right at the 40-minute mark. Like I said, I wanted to keep this short and make sure that I give y'all some value. Let me know if you all got some value in the chat too. Says, as an investor, do we need a mobile home dealer's license? I think earlier, if you in Georgia, here's the thing. So if you want to scale, I would say yes. Looking to scale, yes. It's always good to have the licenses because what it does is it gives the professionalism, it gives you more weight, right? Like if you're dealing with a mobile home park, um, it's always a good investment, right? I think you're in Georgia. I don't think your license is over $500. I don't think it's that much. And normally you have to take a few classes for it, or not a few, a class for it's like a day class, and then you get it from there, right? So I think it's a great tool, right? I think it's something great as you scale. Starting out, do you need it? No, but as you, if you like, I want to, this is the business I want to be in, and I want to do this full time. That investors without it, yes, but I would encourage, it to me just it holds more weight. So yes, it's a good investment. All right. Brittany said, what is the fastest way to find buyers in your opinion? So you have several ways to find buyers. Let's say if if you leveraging, let's so first of all, let's talk about what type of buyers. If you're talking about, let's talk about investors first, right? So more so cash buyers. I like a tool, using like PropWire, PropStream. You can actually, let me see if I can pull up something real quick. I can give you a quick. See, Brittany, you got me stepping outside and doing a quick little tutorial. I'm going to show you something that I like doing. Hold on one second. Let me share my screen, and then I'll answer that question real quick for you. All right, so you can see PropWire up here, and for example, I don't know, Brittany. Let me know. Put in the chat where you checking in from. While you doing that, let me see where you checking in from. That way I can kind of show you an example. And then the other way, if you're trying to find end buyers, a good way is if you go to Facebook groups, and then you go to like rental Facebook groups, or groups that people are trying to sell houses, and you see people say, "Hey, I'm looking." You see people say, "I'm looking for a 4 bedroom, 2 bath to rent." I'm looking for those things. To me, that's a good way to find people as well. Okay, you in Lafayette. Um, Shut up. Shout out my boy O'Neal that's in Lafayette. All right. So if you're in Lafayette, say we do property types, mobile homes. All right, 1900. I go to lead types, boom, I hit cash buyers, 264. So what I want to do, I want to go in, I want to see who this owner is. Boom. What I love about it, I love seeing he got 4 properties owned. So I know he's buying other properties. That's how much equity he got. I'm gonna get Robert's information. I can mail him, I can skip trace, pay for it, and call Robert and see, yo, Robert, what's up, bro? I got some properties for sale. You looking for some new stuff? I can also, I got 264 people, so I can take this, I can save this list, and then I can start hitting that list. So just gave y'all some quick game on that. Shout out, Brittany, for helping y'all out with that one. Any other questions before I get up off here? And any bronchitis remedies, y'all got home remedies. Jeez. My chest, I've been up here coughing. I've been up here coughing, y'all, having cough attacks. I ain't never experienced something like this. Anybody who ever had bronchitis, this sucks. And I can't wait to get rid of this. Um, it's crazy, y'all. I had this as a kid, but now I got it back up here in Florida. And it's crazy. It is, it has been kicking my butt. But listen, y'all, if y'all don't got no more questions, hold on one second. One more last one says, how do you find tax delinquent mobile homes? How does it work if it's attached to land? So I know a lot of people just go to tax sales. You can go find the auctions, you go to the tax sales, you gotta have cash for those. There are different websites that you can definitely, leverage for tax lien or yeah, tax lien, tax deed properties, tax delinquent properties. And it depends. You need to know how that particular county that's yeah, how that county works. So it depends on what county you're in. So sometimes you get, tax deeds and tax liens are pretty different. I don't have a website off the top of my head. I don't necessarily go after those properties, but I do know people who do. And if they're attached to land, again, you get the whole thing. That's a bonus. You get the land and the mobile home, right? Then you have to realize, okay, sometimes they have grace periods, right? So again, you can acquire it, but now it's like, okay, well, either A, that person has this much time to pay you back, meaning in taxes plus interest, right? Some people like that because that's just a way for them to park money and get paid interest on it. And then if they don't pay it, then you get to keep the property, right? And so it's different ways, but I would tell you the best thing again. Um it's a few people who do tax liens. I'm trying to think. Oh, my homegirl Chantel, if you can find, she's on Instagram. I want to say it's Georgia GA Tax Liens Boot Camp. I think that's something like that. Georgia Tax Liens Boot Camp. There's a few people out there, but find somebody who specializes in that. So then that way they can definitely teach you that. Pete, what's up, man? Hey, I appreciate that, man. Good seeing you, brother. Man, we go way back from the Caddian days. All right, says honey lemons, oranges, and organic pomegranate juice. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I got everything but the pomegranate juice. So I'm definitely looking to that. All right, y'all. Well, listen, this has been fun. Again, I truly appreciate you all, like always. This will be up once we get off here. Man, make sure again, I still got the 50% off promo. I think this is gonna be the last week that I'm doing this. Make sure you go to Mobile Home Elite Institute, use the promo code START now. That is for the Mobile Home Elite Institute. Again, if you want to work with me one on one and you're like, yo, Byron, I need help, scan that QR code up that way. So again, you can fill out the application and let's work, right? At the end of the day, let's work. And then that's also the QR code to get the program, y'all. So again, I appreciate y'all. She's at Googling juicing for bronchitis. Hey, I appreciate that. Definitely. Thank you. All right. Hey, anytime, man. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in, man. I truly appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. And like that, y'all, we is up out of here. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna throw the what's name. We just gonna vibe out. All right. Y'all already know, man. I truly appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know till next time, man. Let's get it, man. Much love. God bless y'all, man. Till next time.